I was adopted from China when I was 1 years old. My dad flew out to China to come get me, stayed there for a couple weeks, and then came back here in Atlanta. And that was the same time that my mom gave birth to my brother Eli. So we like to say that me and my brother are kind of like twins because we both came into my parents' lives at the same time. I grew up in Middle Georgia. I'm from Warner Robins, and this area is predominantly white. There's not a lot of diversity, not a lot of Asians in particular. So I've kind of grown up in an environment where I always felt different. I was never really belonging to many communities, which is why I got involved in Camp Michael and EOIC, because I did feel like I belonged there. In school and public settings, I felt like people were looking at me because my parents are white and I'm Asian, and so people often get a little bit confused about that. And then now that I'm 18, when I go out to eat with my parents, they're like, are we doing separate orders or is this all together? And we're like, no, yeah, we're all together, but I look different. So it kind of like makes people automatically think we're all just different people doing different things. So I would say my experience with my transracial adoption, which that's what they call whenever your kid is a different race than the parents who are adoptive parents. My experience with transracial adoption has been a little bit mixed. It's lots of questioning of my identity, but now that I'm 18 and I've thought about this for several years, I feel more confident in who I am now.
That is really, really important that we celebrate that because I believe that diversity is a large part of the answer to how we move forward as a human family. That we've got to really be intentional about that on every level of what we're doing.
Through diversity, we learn new experiences, new cultures, just new things in general. And the only way for us to grow is to learn, is to add on to like what we already have, right? And so I think having diversity in the church is so important because it expands our perspectives. And by expanding our perspectives, again, we can learn, we can change our outlooks on life, our outlooks on ourselves. And so I'm very glad that I can share my experiences with other people and that those have value.